right. So today, what are we doing?
We're talking about we need friends, not lies and alibis.
All right. Certainly having allies is essential for various reasons, such as support and collaboration. And do you see this coming up with Vice President Kamala Harris and her campaign?
Yes, we do see it with Kamala Harris in that campaign.
So who's all come together to help her?
Who call came to help her? We saw white women for Kamala Harris. We saw Republicans for Kamala Harris. We see we see different from R&B to even country and folk music for Kamala Harris.
And who's doing her campaign?
David Plouffe.
David Plouffe. Shout out to David Plouffe and the Obama crew, right?
Right.
All right. So we need allies instead of lies and alibis, and because it's support and collaboration, allies provide support, advice, assistance when needed, and they can help you navigate challenges, offers different perspectives, and work together towards common goals.
That is so true, especially what happened with Joe Biden with the hostage situation. Joe Biden could not do that alone. He needed allies to get the most of the Americans and the Russian dissidents free, especially in Germany, because Germany did not want to free that assassin. But it was because of Chancellor Scholz in that relationship with Joe Biden that said, "I will do this for you," because Germany didn't want to release that prisoner.
Oh,
Period.
and so it was his Joe Biden's integrity and the trust and relationship that they had developed over the
Over the years, and this was just not one day, it took years. Do you think the predecessor would have that same with the hostages, like with Paul Nealon, if he would have been, if he if he was president? I don't think so, because there is no trust, only transaction.
and plus you got to surround yourself with really
You have to surround yourself with positive people and honest people, which the predecessor surrounded himself with sycophants compared to Biden when he surrounded himself with people that tell the truth. Not just not just in the United States, but overseas.
and handing over his legacy, which I mean, if you got the Republicans, the MAGA Republicans fighting on whether he should be on en route Mount Rushmore, I think that uh, his face should be out in space. So when we have an eclipse, or we don't want to have an eclipse, or whenever the moon or whatever moon comes out, we can see Biden's face in space, and it's reflecting down on us, saying move forward.
Yes, it does.
Next, we have strength in numbers. Allies can amplify your voice and influence by working together. You can achieve more than you could on your own.
That is so true. You cannot say I alone can fix anything. You just cannot. And that kidnapping with Paul Whelan really showed us you need those allies to help you get your freedom. Because if you did not have your freedom, if you had that mentality of I alone can fix it in a situation, what would happen is that Paul Whelan would still be in jail, tortured by the Russians. Okay?
So collective action can lead to greater impact and success. And that's what we're seeing in this campaign moving forward. You know, there's so many people coming together, and it's massive, because they really didn't have the time to, you know, get everything together for Vice President Harris' campaign. And so the bottom line is, with all these people coming together, it was just like um, off the cuff, not planned, just organic.
It was genuine too.
Yeah,
Very genuine.
because people are just saying, hey, we're out here, and we're ready to go. We are ready to go, and we're ready to do this, and we're just tired of all the old.
They're tired of the old Archie Bunker, Wally George ideas. That's what they're tired of.
All right. So next we have trust and reliability. Allies are trustworthy individuals who have your back and are honest with you. They can be relied upon to provide genuine feedback and support your best interests.
That is so true. Again, that's what we had with the kidnapping situation. You had allies like Germany, Somalia, that he built for over the years as the foreign relations community. Because without the allies, a lot they would have been tortured or even worse, even killed. The journalists and Paul Nealon and those guys would have been killed.
So, uh, strength in numbers, having friends, developing relationships, being able to come to the table where you can talk to people and not get up and think that, man, that was a lie. You know, next thing we're going to need alibis because we're going to all be in court being prosecuted by the prosecutor. So we have to, like to say, state the case, make the case.
You state the case, make the case, and that's why you need, and that's what friends are really needed.
So in contrast to alibis and lies, they're not sustainable because they don't build relationships um, or or success at all. You know, you kind of fall on your face. You got all these excuses. You got to justify your action, and it can hinder personal growth and accountability. Lies erode your credibility, your integrity, damaging relationships, and potentially leading to negative consequences in the long run.
That's right.
So it's better to have what?
It is better to have honest, good friends than it is to have sycophants and tell you what you want to hear.
Okay. So how do you think Harris is moving along? Vice President Harris's campaign is coming along
I think Vice President Harris' campaign is going excellent so far.
so far.
Actually, and she is a once-in-a-generational politician since Barack Obama.
And I know she's gonna have a lot of work ahead of her, but it's so many people coming together genuinely, you know.
They're genuinely coming together because they want to stay free. They want to have their rights protected.
It's not just about policy this time or whether you see Republicans crossing the aisle, but um, it's it's even broke the barrier of being Democrat or Republican because now everybody's life is at stake. It's and people say, well, this is not an existential threat. You can't tell that to Hillary Clinton. You can't tell that to Barack Obama. You can't tell that to any other former president. And what I thought was really magnificent
Is when Carter even said, I'm trying to live to vote for Kamala Harris. He is 100 years old, almost dying.
and he's trying to stay here just to make that vote.
Yeah, he's trying to make that vote. Stay here to make that vote. Try to live to make that vote.
So what's your last words on this?
My last words on it is that you have to have strong friendships and relationships.
Okay.
Because if you don't have any friendships and relationships, it's going to lead you to jail, it's going to lead you to hell, or it's going to lead you to being murdered. That's just on the individual side. It's the same thing in business as well. You cannot do everything alone. And there is no such thing as a self-made person because you had allies and people around you that helped you get to what you need to be. And you need to treat them with respect and dignity.
Okay. And it's not about, like, for us, and I got to say this about Elon Musk because that was a total shock to us. Because we had so much respect for Elon Musk, but I guess that he just took his brand because they always emphasize brands on YouTube and how you want to build your brand and the people and the collaborations
And attach it to a person that is not only a horrible businessman but a horrible human being. If you go to foreign countries that were multi-billionaires in foreign countries, if they don't even like you in foreign countries, they will not even invest with you at all. Some people, billionaires, do not invest in people they don't like.
It's hard to get up from the table and trust that person. You don't know from minute to minute what they're gonna do. They can blow up the world. So what's your last out on this?
My last out on this is that this is about character. In having friendship means it's having good type of character in your life.
Having the restraint,
Having the restraint.
having the integrity, having the ability to take responsibility for your actions and not blame everybody for your mistakes, And so that's what we have seen in the contrast between the predecessor and Kamala Harris. But
And instead of the contest is being,
go
yeah,
ahead.
and that's what we were seeing the contrast between the predecessor versus Kamala Harris, because people are just so tired of the stupidity on, just like the MAGA Republicans, like the Sports Hub.
The sports hub.
Yeah, blocked and stupid.
So one thing about she has the communication to basically express and speak out and like they say, prosecute the case. And we all, one thing about voting, it is easy to vote. That's the easiest thing that we can do is go vote. But the hardest thing is accepting the outcome.
And respecting responsibility.
Yeah.
As you do that, you don't know anything, Mr. Sports. So go ahead and read Mr. Sports Hub and read yourself. I know way more than you, and I lived a way more life better than you, Mr. Sports Hub yourself.
Okay. So on that note, we're gonna crash out
We're gonna crash out.
and we're out of here.
We're out of here,
And thank you for coming.
and thank you for coming.